Hey everyone, it's me, Mia, and welcome back to the Faith's Blurify blog, where I'm chronicling my journey to become a really good childcare teacher. I know I said provider, but I'm going to call it what it is, a childcare teacher. So once again, I'm going to give you the warning as before, and yes, you can see kind of my outlet for my light right behind me. So I'm going to give you this disclaimer as before. I'm not going to say the name of the business that I work at. I'm not going to say the name of any supervisors or employers, and of course, under no circumstances am I going to reveal the names of any parents or children that I work with and look after. So let's begin. So it's Monday, Parents' Day. Well, Grandparents' Day, I may add. So, a lot of grandparents that came to visit the kids, go and visit different classrooms, be able to read stories. Like, there were books everywhere, including some that was outside my own classroom. Unfortunately, we didn't have any grandparents that kind of visit my classroom, but it was nice to see that there were some that did came to visit. I seen one of them had this really really neat looking car. When I was out in the playground with my little friends, I said, "Look, check it out! It's a futuristic space car. Could have been a Corvette, but I don't know. But I was just like, look, it's a space car from the future," and they loved it. And so I had the 2-year-olds for the morning, and I was able to provide some kind of curriculum activity for that. It was actually surprisingly low key. I had like about, I would say about five about 5 2-year-olds, and I think 3 of them was for another class. But there were children that I had looked after before, so they knew who I was, and it was just a pretty low key morning. Nothing really too out of the ordinary, nothing too stressful. Which, thank God, this is showing a sign that I'm working really well, and I'm taking to what I have been praying and trying to find out what I have been good at for such a long time. Like, it's strange how you could try to stray away from something that you just think that would not fit you, because you kind of have that little nagging feeling of fear. But I'm glad I was able to move past that fear and see how much of potential that this could be for me. And so I'm really excited to be able to grow in this new chapter in my life. So, part of the curriculum that I did was I was showing the kids the different areas of the classroom. Like, I'm pretty sure they're familiar with the classroom, but I wanted to break down what each area was known for. Like, this over here is the table that we do most of our crafts, but we'll use this table here is where you have your lunches and your snacks. And this is the carpet that we sit and play with our toys, and the different toys organized in baskets. But we also have this other carpet here, which is nearby our books, where we pick a book to be able to read. And all that kind of stuff, and able to get them more familiar with where to find things. I pointed out where cubbies where all their stuff is stacked, the stuff that they need and whatnot. So it was just a little simple activity that, the simplest activities go the longest way, which is a huge deal. So basically, it was just like I said, low key morning, very little mess. And I make sure that, and when we go outside, the one thing that I've realized when I go outside is that I always make sure that all of my little friends would bring their water bottles with. Each of them have water bottles or sippy cups that they use. Some of them carry with them all the time. Other times I just put it up. But I always make sure that whenever we go outside, if they do have a sippy cup, I make sure that they bring it with them and have it filled with water or whatever, beverage that they have, either juice or milk. They're going to be sipping from it. And I know that it's starting to get cool, but it's always good to have something to drink when you're outside. Like, I even took like my tea with me during the morning play, and then I had a water bottle with me for the afternoon play. And I also make sure to bring lots of tissues, because kids' nose be running, kids be sneezing, they be digging in something they're not supposed to. So I always try to stay paired with tissues and wipes. And like last week was when the rain had came down. I also came up with this fun activity I forgot to mention in last week's video, is that I managed to find a bubble machine. Thank goodness for a bubble machine. Like, that really helped out when I was able to, change the kids and get them ready to go over to the other class last Friday. I forgot to bring that up. I can't believe I didn't bring that up. That was something that was so exciting, so fun. So, so back to what was happening today. So there was a rain last week, like I mentioned before, that kind of led to our field day being rescheduled. So of course there were a couple toys that were outside that got caught in the rain. Some that was really soggy, and I just had to move out the way, make sure kids are just not playing with toys that still have water in it. That I was like, you know what, kid, I think it would be better if you play with this. You probably don't want to play with that. You probably want to leave that one out to dry a little bit more. And also, the landscaper head maintenance person was coming by to, put down some put down some turf over in the bigger kids' playground. Like the thing that I know is the kids really, really love digging in dirt. Like they had pulled up the table where the turf was, and so kids were playing around in the turf, in the mulch. That's a story for later on in this day. But my kids, they don't really be digging in dirt like that. But I noticed that they do it in the other playground, so I could see the landscaper's frustration at having to put down new grass literally days after kids start digging holes like they're trying to dig into China. I actually think it goes out to that guy. All right, and also I got to watch after I brought the kids in. That's when I started watching over the 1 year olds. But I was able to keep at least one of my usual 12-year-old little friends, and of course he was one half of my favorite group, the Wonder Twins. He was very energetic and hyperactive than usual today. Like it wasn't anything negative. It's just that he really had trouble like really listening. It took me some time to have to reel him in whenever I had to tell them that we had to go inside, or had to go outside. Like he would just throw himself to the ground, and like I just want to do everything I can to help him out in any way that I know possible. I know that trying to wean him off of the binky and helping him with learning more words, it is like something that the mom wanted us to help with. But I'm kind of hoping that she does her part, especially with the part that having to do with the pacifier as well. Make sure that I'm thinking that if next time I talk to her tomorrow, I'm going to suggest that it would help him to come to school without any pacifiers whatsoever. That way, that issue of trying to take that away from him while he's at school doesn't become such a problem or such an obstacle for him. So quick. It was a quick change. Lunch was pretty quick as well. Managed to get kids to take a nap, and you had plenty of room and plenty of time to clean up my classroom. Like it was just an easy breezy day. Even giving out snacks, kids were picked up early. I had my two, one half the Wonder Twins, and also our youngest new student was with me. And after a while, I had to send them over to the other childcare teachers class. And after sprucing up my classroom a little bit, once again, I got to do my favorite thing, look after the older school age kids. Like, I know that I ripped about it a little bit last time, but I'm going to still keep my stance no matter how naive I come off. I would rather work with very young children than with older children. Like, I feel like it's more energy keeping up with them. Like, it's nothing wrong with them, but it's kids. Like, just keeping up with you having to keep up with kids. But I feel like it's more energy keeping up with older kids than it is with keeping up with the younger ones. So I am blessed to be able to work with 1 or 2 year olds instead of with the school agers and with the after school kids. Like I said, nothing wrong with them. It's just a lot of a lot of energy and able to just keep up with all the fun shenanigans. Like I said before, this is the group of kids who really love digging really deep in the dirt. So I'm just going to end it with that there. This was just a pretty easy breezy Monday, a really nice Monday, especially something that's really nice for the kiddos. And I'm really looking forward to what is to come tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for my video. Be sure to follow me in my link tree located inside the description of this video. And I'm really hoping I'm going to get able to engage more with you on all social medias. And I'm probably going to even do screen caps of the different social media sites that you could find me. So thank you guys so much. I really hope that you guys have a very great day, a very great morning or night, whatever time that you are. And remember to stay blessed and stay blurtiful. Bye.